Hello, I am reviewing an awesome Ivation dehumidifier. I decided, since I already had a small one that I've been using in either the bathroom or the kitchen, it's a little portable one, and it's made a difference in the humidity in our house, that I wanted to get a huge one because I live in the southern U.S. for the now, and it's been 11 years since we moved here from Michigan, and I still am not used to humidity. So when it comes to in your home, I just find that we're heating and cooling bills are outrageous. Especially last July, we had a $230 bill because I've got the air conditioner just cranked and it doesn't seem to cool enough for my tastes. I mean, I get out of the shower and I try to dry off and I still feel that it's too hot. And I've been to Arizona visiting my cousin, and her 100 to 110 degree temperature is not the same as when it's 90 to 95 degrees or even closer to 100 here in the Memphis area. It is really, really humid. So that humidity gets in your house and it just makes it feel uncomfortable, even when you've got the air conditioner as high as it possibly can be. So something like this, a big 70 pint dehumidifier, provides the kind of coverage I need. I mean, this can go up to 4,500 square feet, which is bigger than my house. So this is what we need for our house. So the reason I got this is because the little one has to be changed a lot and it only works in one room. So check this out. It's got a lot of cool features. So if you want to, you can move it around. It's on wheels, and it's got this really heavy duty long cord. So you could move it a little bit if you wanted to scoot it left or right from your outlet. And then if you have like a basement or something, we don't have basements in the Memphis area. The water table's too high, but in Michigan I had a basement, and you could use the provided little attachment to open up this back and unplug this back part and screw in to have the hose go drain continually, like if you had a floor drain in a basement or whatever, or you could just drain it continually so you don't have to change the reservoir. So that's a cool feature. I don't have that capability, so I'm just going to be changing the water reservoir when it gets full. And what I like is this will beep 8 times at you, and it'll have a little fill light right here. It says full. It'll tell you when it's too full, so you just open up the reservoir. So when you do that, you just open this bottom part here. It's got a little handle, and you can go and see there it's beeping. It's plugged in, and it recognizes that this reservoir has been taken out. So you dump it out. And then to clean it, you just use some mild soapy water. Make sure you don't get, bacteria in there, just having standing water. But don't put it in the dishwasher. It's just meant to be rinsed, mild soapy water, and put back. And then what I really like is that there's a filter here. Since this is such a big unit, this is where the air goes in. And there's this filter that slides down. And check this out. You could take this out every couple weeks, and you wash it with some mild soapy water, and then you let it air dry. And then once it's dry and clean, like this real mesh, you just slide it back in, and it protects all those coils and keeps it from getting dust or lint on there. And then it says to take a vacuum, and then you just gently vacuum the front intake. And this is where the air blows out, so you want to just vacuum all that dust out, and that'll keep it nice and clear. And then once you carry this over to your sink or whatever tub and dump that out, you just put it back in. And then it beeps if you don't put it in all the way, or if you don't have it situated properly. And then what's cool about this is there's different ways you can adjust the humidity level by using the plus or minus. So you can have it from 35% humidity, or you could set it to 85% humidity, depending on what you like to have. And then there's this little timer button where you can do it from half-hour increments. You can set it to turn on or shut off, like half hour up to 10 hours. Or if you want to do it in full hours increments, you could do it up to 24 hours. You could just set this little button here. And then there's a continual button, which just means it runs constantly. And then the filter button is going to light up to remind you that you have to wash it after 250 hours of continuous use. So it'll tell you when you need to change that filter. Also, if you want turbo mode, that's the highest fan setting, or there's like a normal fan mode. So you can choose between that, and that's a really nice feature to have. The push button on is really nice. It's not too loud, so when it's just running normally, it's not too loud. And you can change, if you look over here, it says fan. The difference between the sound on turbo and normal isn't that much. And I love white noise. I don't know about you, but I have to have a fan on at night. I like white noise. It helps me sleep and drowns out all the other little noises that might pop up. So I love the sound of white noise. And some people don't. I get it. So you might want to set a timer if you don't want to have it on during a certain time and you just want it off. So, you know, there's just different settings. There's a lot of flexibility here. So however you want to operate it, there you go. And then you just put it where you want to put it. Make sure it's 8 inches away from the wall and it's in a well-ventilated area. And it keeps your whole house nice and low humidity. You just set it on there and dump out all that water. You'd be surprised how much water comes out of the air. When you dump that out, you're like, wow, that stuff could be floating around in the air, make it feel heavy and humid. And so just removing that air makes it more comfortable. And I believe this is going to lower our air conditioning bill in the summer, because from May until October, it gets really hot, and it's almost unbearable in July and August around here. I spend a lot of time in the air conditioning because it's so nasty outside. So something like this is a must if you live in a humid area. And even in some of the northern states, when I grew up in Michigan, it was very humid. We had a basement, and we had a dehumidifier attached to our furnace, actually. And I would have to dump out the water filter, and I would dump out a huge amount of water frequently. So just pulling that moisture out of the air is really important for comfort. So I give it a thumbs up. This is really cool. This is like the Mac Daddy of all dehumidifiers. So I'm happy, and I get excited about stuff like this because, you know, I don't buy like frivolous things like jewelry or fancy shoes. I like to have something that keeps me comfortable and it's practical. So that's a cool purchase for me, and I love it. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and post them, and I will try to answer them the best I can. I have read this owner's manual twice from cover to cover, and I believe I fully understand it. So it's a good thing. So I'm excited. Thank you very much for watching my video.